Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove a Mcpherson strut from the passenger side of a vehicle. So now what I'm going to tell you is what to wear. Safety goggles as always, as stuff will fly at you at any time. Protective pants, so if anything does fly at you, it does not hurt your legs if you are wearing shorts. Closed-toe shoes, as we are going to be removing a very heavy object, and if it falls on my feet, it'll likely break, or with closed-toe shoes, it will not. For our tools, we'll be using a ratchet, 18 deep drive socket, 21 deep drive socket. Let's get started. Moving these two bolts and then two more down here. Once those two are removed, then we'll be removing this guy. And once that's all done, this will open up. Once that's done, we're going to remove these three bolts right here with a 13 deep drive socket. Get started. Place this where you can find it easily. You don't want to remove this just yet because it will mess up your loosening for this one on the bottom. The bottom one is preferably easier, but time for the 18 drive socket. This guy up here. It's going to be a bit tight like that. Doing that hard enough will probably hurt you right here. Get that removed. Move this guy right here to the side. And a little fun trick. Put it back right here. It ain't gonna go anywhere. If I can, put it back on there. There we go. Now with all removed, all you need to do is push it a bit forward, then remove these guys with, how you say, the 18, yes, the 18 drive socket. That might. You guys are always tricky to get out. There we go. That is one. Usually you'll have to push forward to remove these guys because having them angled at the right way is always helpful. Just like that. Alright, now with all three removed, this guy is now loose. Now we're going to get a 13 deep drive socket to remove these three guys at the top. Do not remove them all at once. Just leave one. That should always keep it on tight. Once you remove the third one, when removing the three bolts, you always want to hold this, as this will fall out. Be warned, this is very heavy, so help might be needed. And there goes two. We now come to the part of the video where I'm going to need help. So, my friend Issa, will you be kind to hold this for me? We'll cut that out because you're going to fucking slow. She's loose. So now lower it. Okay, good. Thank you for your help, Lisa. Now to remove it on my end. Always want to wiggle this guy because it is very weird to me. And that's how you remove the Mcpherson strut. Now that I have successfully put it back in with a little bit of help and attach one bolt, it'll now hold. So now what I'm gonna do is put those two bolts, or these two guys that I originally removed, back on there. You always want to spin it on so it's a bit easier for you. Then you go and get your ratchet. Just tie that guy down. Now that all three have been put back on, we will now put this one right here, the one that we moved for the third part. We're gonna put this guy back on. But first, let me go get my clips. So now we're going to be putting this guy back on into this hole. Usually it'll just face this way, but don't worry about that. Just face it this way and you're all set to go. Remember that little trick I told you? It's easy to get back. Look at that. Just place it back in. If you are concerned that it is diagonal, that it is at an angle of diagonally and not straight, do not worry about that. It always does that. Now with that back on, we get our handy 18 and put it on. Now it is tied back on. Now is what I call the trickiest part. Align this, that, make sure it aligns well. You want to, because I accidentally fell. Alright, now that we have successfully put all three back on, we're going to do what I call the trickiest part of this. And that is aligning this guy together. Alright, now that you have aligned it and pushed it, always keep your hand like this, because this is where it gets hard. Whew. Whew. Now that both have been placed back in, grab our 21. And reinstall these guys. As always, same process as before. Move this guy back a bit. And that's the second one. Now, you want to keep the 18 in hand, which I did not do. Because you're on the last step. This guy, place him right there. Get this guy, screw him back in, and then reinstall. And now the Mcpherson strut is installed. And that's it for this video.